Hello, sacred walkers, and welcome back to the Rebirth Room presented by Mystic Healing Chronicles. I am your host, Amijah McNeil, and I just wanted to come on here and do another video. It's been a minute, and I do apologize for not being consistent, but y'all be tired, okay? So that's why I wanted to come on here and start doing this other video about balancing motherhood, right? Now, I was trying to set the tone with me, sitting up with my little candles in the back and really having some type of consistency with these videos. But I'm in the bed, okay? It's been a day. It's been a day and another day and another day. It's just been one big ass long ass day. Okay. So this video is about balancing motherhood while still loving yourself. And I wanted to come on here and talk to you new mommies and talk to you women that are still learning how to navigate the journey, right? Because just like I said in my postpartum depression video, you know, I take pride in being the good enough mother. I take pride in being who I am because I feel like perfect imperfection and want to be perfect is exhausting. Like, I don't want to be perfect. Like I told y'all in my last video, me and Daddy will go on this weird health cringe to where we eat nothing but chickpeas all the time and drinking nothing but water. And then, like, for a whole month, we're like back on donuts and cereal for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I just don't like how the world has tried to succumb us and make us feel as if, and in order for us to have it all, we have to sacrifice parts of ourselves, right? But how can you show up 100% for your family if you don't show up 100% for yourself? Like, how does that work? They always say that, you know, you can't really have it all. Something has to sacrifice. And I kind of feel like, why? Why do I have to sacrifice myself even more for my family? How come I can't take those 15 extra minutes of just alone time? Why do I immediately have to be the rescuer of the family? Why does the family fall apart if I am not 100% myself? Right? And I feel like once you become a mom and once you get a taste of just some type of stability within yourself, you then begin to stop walking in other people's projections. You then realize that other people's projections have absolutely nothing to do with you. Because, like I said, I'm the good enough mom. And I wear it like a badge of motherfucking honor because for so long there were so many people, especially my own mother, telling me that I didn't need a break, right? And that she's the one who walked through, you know, trials and tribulations just to give me some type of stability, right? And then when it came my turn of being a parent, it was, you don't need a break, you don't deserve a break because moms don't get breaks. I do, right? And then it became trying to navigate motherhood on my own because I no longer wanted to be in the shadows of my mom's shell, you know? Trying to be a better person, trying to be something else for my kid, trying to be a different version of what motherhood is supposed to look like. I was trying to figure out and try to rebalance what steadiness is. Because there's one thing that I honestly appreciate when it came down to my mom. She gave her kids stability, but she also gave us solidness, right? And I felt like with me being a parent now, that's like the one thing, if I don't give my child anything else in this world, like I can give her peace. So it's like, how do you balance yourself and how do you balance motherhood? You know, how do you balance self-love while your kids are sound asleep and you're in the other room crying your eyes out because you're trying to make ends meet, or you're trying to figure out how you're at baby number 3, or you're trying to figure out, is this enough? Am I enough? Or you feel wrong because your kids ate leftover pizza for 3 days and everybody is telling you that they need a nutritious meal and they need to drink water and they need to have milk and vitamins. And don't forget, you're supposed to gentle parent. Girl, let me tell you how I balance motherhood. I need 10 minutes every single day in the morning. Leave me alone. Don't touch me. I need an hour throughout the day for you to do whatever the hell it is that you want to do. As long as you don't die and you ain't bleeding, I don't gotta rush you to the hospital. I don't give a fuck what you do. Me balancing motherhood was telling my mother that I am enough as I am. Because now I wear me being the disappointment of the family like a badge of honor. Because I stopped walking into other people's expectations. Because other people's expectations and their projections and their advice and what they're supposed to do and what motherhood is supposed to look like and feel like, and the navigation, and you got to do it just like this, and if you, and God forbid if you do something different, oh my God, the Bible comes out. Balance in motherhood is understanding that you come before everybody else. I get my hair cut. I get my eyebrows done. I get my nails done. I do my detoxes. I go for a walk. I drink my water. I eat my sweets. It's about balance. And a lot of people don't understand that when you learn to balance yourself, that's really where you learn to ground yourself. Because you still need to put yourself first. You still have to be selfish with you. Because everybody else is going to be selfish with them. So I say all of that to say, if you're looking for the confirmation of should I or should I not, do it. Because when you start to put yourself before others a little bit, you're going to have that guilt, like, no, maybe I shouldn't. But then yourself is going to tell you, yeah, but I really need it. And then you do it. Because what? Fear is just our thoughts of negativity manifested. So if you are afraid to step out and to cuss people out and tell them that this is my baby, and understanding that whatever you say go, and understanding that these same people, these same villages that y'all are pushing up on to these mothers, and your opinions and your advice when it comes down to these kids, none of that is really going to matter, because at the end of the day, you're the one who gives the approval and denial. Because that's also where, once you begin to walk into who you really are, especially after your postpartum depression, that's when you start to see how much a perfect family really is. As long as it's just you and your kids, you already have perfection. And no outside source is going to deter the peace that you are bringing into your own universe. balancing motherhood and balancing myself came with a lot of cost because, prime example, this is really where it began. And I'm sorry if I keep doing that. I'm doing the lymphatic cleanse again. What's wrong with me? So, me and my mom, this was a way before I became the rebellion. Me and my mom were standing in the kitchen. Me and her was having a debate, per usual. And my daughter was born. And I think she was like 3. Me and my mom was sitting in the kitchen, having a nice little argument. Not even an argument, we was having a debate. And my daughter was standing in the kitchen, right? So this is when shift changes for me. As we're standing in the kitchen, my mom goes off and she punches me in my chest because, again, I'm grown at this point. I don't care if this is your house. I'm grown. I got a whole baby. You're not going to talk to me any kind of way, right? So the amount of resistance that I had within myself, like, I'm actually proud of myself because she was about to get dragged across that kitchen floor. So when she hit me, I took a step back because I knew shit finna get real. But in my daughter's eyes, she doesn't understand the relationship between me and my mother. She just sees it as I have my nana and I have my mommy, but she doesn't understand that I am her nana's daughter, right? So all she sees is another person hitting my mommy, and my mommy didn't hit back. So later on that day, me, my mom, and my daughter were all in the kitchen, was watching TV. So me and my mom were talking, right? Out of nowhere, my daughter comes in and she slaps me. And I'm not talking about like, I'm talking about real hard in the face. Of course, a whole life snatched out of her hands. I'm talking about I reacted. She was no longer my child. Like, she was no longer my kid, and I was whoo. So in the midst of me fucking her up, I had to calm down, and I was like, what made you feel as if that was okay for you to hit me like that? And then this little girl said, because my nana hit you and you didn't react. Why are you hitting me? I said, because you slapped me in my face. And then she said, for her to be at this time 3 years old, but my nana hit you. So of course I had to go into this whole dynamic and explain this to her. So in the midst of that, I also told my mother, let this be your last time feeling as if you can put your hands on me. Because now she feels as if it is okay for her to put her hands on her mother because she saw how her mother did not react. But she also saw how another woman or another person put their hands on her mother, and she felt like that was okay. So let me tell you this now. If you ever put your hands on me again, we're gonna tumble. Mama or no mama. And that right there was the shift that I needed to get out of not only my mother's shadow, but to see my mom as 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 a spirit. She was no longer, the person who she was, which was my mom. She was now a spirit. She was the generational curses. She was the the generational motherhood, the lineages of women that turn into their mothers. Right there and there, I saw a whole different view of what motherhood really was. And then that's when I stopped giving two flying fucks about wanting to be the perfect daughter and wanting to be that mother that takes abuse, trying to be a mom that shows up differently for her kid, but also a woman that holds her crown steady. So I say all of that to say, sis, you need you more than them other people need you. Your kids are going to be okay. Go take that 15 minutes. Go take that hour. Go take that vacation. During the day, tell your baby, look, mommy is having me time. So your kids understand that it's okay for them to take me time. Like my daughter understands when mommy says it's mommy time, you can do whatever you want. She know, but she also understands when I'm being too much for her. She says, "Mommy, I just want to be alone." Okay. It's shifting the perspective between mother and daughter, between mom and kids. It's shifting that world, right? It's showing up for yourself in different ways and being okay with being selfish with your ways. Because my mama know when it come down to my kid, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, I'll take your advice with a grain of salt. When it come down to other people's projections on what I should do and what I need to do and what these kids need and all the rest of the bullshit, okay, put it in the suggestion box, and I'll get to it when I get to it. We're at 10 suggestion boxes now, and none of them get opened until I feel as if I need some outside, actual, validated, unbiased advice. Balancing motherhood is balancing yourself in the different versions, who you were before you became a mom again or the first time, and who you are after, and understanding that that weird middle space is where you are reborn again, while taking certain characteristics from your old self and applying it differently to your new self. What I mean is, I rebuilt this woman who I am because I had no choice but to walk differently. Because I was forced to let go. Because motherhood, it challenges you. It's going to challenge you every single day. I get challenged every day, all day. Motherhood challenges you to decide, like, are you even ready for the shift? It forces you to pay attention to all of your wrongs, all of your flaws. So when you really sit back and look at your kids, it's like if money wasn't an object, what could you really give your kids? Because one thing that I know for a fact that my daughter is going to be rooted in is self-love and peace. Yeah. So, sacred walkers, you mommies out there, self-love is part of motherhood. And the only way that you're going to figure out your self-love is by understanding that you can only teach people how to treat you. But how are you going to teach them something that you don't know about when you don't even know what it is that you like? Because you're so wrapped up and consumed with being a mom and being superwoman and doing it all by yourself that you feel guilty for taking this $20 and buying yourself, a Twix, indulging in your indulgences. That's the word for the day. Indulgences. It's okay. So in my next video, I'm going to teach you and I'm going to show you the sacrifices that it takes for you to fall back in love with who you are again. Because that's all that you need. And I had to tell myself that at one point in my time, because I had to let myself know that as long as I got my spirit, as long as I got my my ancestral team of God and my ancestors, my spirit guides, as long as I got them and my kid, I've already won that life. Because yes, I am one of those spiritual sage totem women. I got ancestors. I honor them. I know God. I honor the spirit. I do it all. The candle burnings, talking to the dead, all of this shit. But yet, I glow. So, thank you for story time with me. And I will see you at the next video where we really dive deep in the tug of war of self-love. Like, how do you navigate that? So, good night, sacred walkers. And I will see you in the next video.